great move. Keep it up. Proud of you.
Hey, what's up, Funkos? Of course, I'm the last one to put out my ECCC Hunt Day video. I always lag a little bit. I'm a busy dude. Thanks for watching anyway. ECCC is pretty much the third biggest hunt day of the year, so it's a big deal. And I felt like this year's releases weren't as good as last year, but I still picked up a few things. I was still motivated enough to get in my car and actually go to the stores, brave the crowds, which were pretty big this year. And all I gotta say is, you Dragon Ball Z fans, like, get some shampoo, wash that hair, wash those clothes, and shave those poor excuses for beards off of your faces.
I kid. You kid. Alright.
Alright, so in past years, Amazon has put out things early, and they did this year again. So the very first thing I got a couple of days before the actual hunt day was the Bonsai, Shenzi, and Ed 3-pack from The Lion King. Even though it was the first thing I got, I don't think it's going to ship until April. Not sure what's going on there. I think Amazon might take orders first and then they're produced. Who knows? But that was fairly easy to get. I got a heads up from a friend, but it was available for quite a while. And then unfortunately, before the big release day, when everything goes online, I was actually out and about and busy and couldn't get to a computer. So I got nothing that night, which is a first for me. I prefer to just order things online. But yeah, missed out on that. Then in the morning, right at 6:58 a.m., I opened up the Funko pop-up shop, patiently waited right until 7, and luckily was able to get the Pillsbury Doughboy with the Shamrock cookie. I missed out on the first Pillsbury Doughboy, so I'm glad I was able to get this one. And I like this one a little bit better because I actually remember eating those Shamrock cookies. One of my ex-girlfriends used to get them and make them all the time. So I like that it's actually a real cookie. I was also able to get the Freddy Funko with the fish. I'm not a huge fan of Freddy Funkos, but this one I really liked because it's an ECC exclusive, of course. But I like the ones that have something to do with the city that the con is in. And this one is modeled after those fishmongers that throw the fish around for the tourists to see. I like that, so I picked this one up. I was also able to get Ramona Flowers with the hammer. I really like the original Ramona Flowers, but this one's just as cool, even though I do think she looks cooler with the pink hair. But I like the action pose of this one. This one's highly detailed, and she didn't seem to be as limited as other Scott Pilgrim pops. Because yeah, like, it's been hard to be a Scott Pilgrim fan with Funko because a lot of the great characters are very, very limited, very hard to get. So I'm glad that they gave everybody really a chance to get this Ramona Flowers because she didn't sell out too quick. Let me rewind back to Pillsbury Doughboy. Yeah, this guy, you had to be quick because this guy sold out in 2 minutes. And that's just when I went back to the site to check and see he was sold out. It was 2 minutes later. Like, he could have been sold out in 2 seconds, you know, because now that Funko has kind of fixed the Funko pop-up shop, you get put into a queue or a line. So even though the website doesn't say sold out yet, it could actually be sold out in those first 2 seconds from everybody in line, right? And sometimes those people in line, you know, mess up, click away, their transactions don't go through, blah, 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 blah. And you may be lucky and get one, or you could just end up frustrated. Luckily, I was able to get it. And finally, I got Steve Zissou from The Life Aquatic, which was probably my most wanted one from the con this year, just because I absolutely love that movie. And I really love when they make a little bit more obscure pops like that. And he came out great. I love the detailing on the knit cap.
Fuck! They wired it! Klaus, go down and get me some cable snippets.
This is Captain Hennessy. You have trespassed on a private facility.
Paul said to the Corinthians, without kin, no man may regard himself kindly. Without son...
Holy shit, son of a bitch! Cut.
This is Captain Hennessy. We've come in response to your distress signal. Remain calm, but don't... Good God, is that you, Stephen?
Ogata, run downstairs, put a tarp over anything that says Operation Hennessy on it.
What about this guy?
Just throw him over the other side.
So after the Funko pop-up shop, even if I didn't get anything else, I would have ended up happy because most of the stuff I wanted was on the Funko pop-up shop. So I went to Barnes & Noble first because in the past, sometimes they have gotten very limited quantities on certain pops. Bird, be quiet. Like, I remember the Scareglow Pop, they only got 2 of those. And at the one that I go to, there's always about, I don't know, like 20. Be quiet. There's always about like 20 people in line. But this year it was very odd. Like, I got there about 30 minutes before they opened, and there was nobody in line. I actually had to double check to make sure I came out on the right day, because 30 minutes before and having there be 0 people in line was very weird to me. Because on past hunt days, I show up an hour early and there was already a bunch of people. I found out later it's because everybody was in line at Hot Topic trying to get that Dragon Ball Z Purunga, and that's why there was nobody at Barnes & Noble. So it was pretty easy to get this Weasley 3-pack wearing their Irish Fanatic colors. You see Ginny there clapping, Fred with the face paint, George waving the flag. It just looks really, really good. And this is definitely going to stand out in the collection. I'm not a big Harry Potter collector. I only have a few, but this one I needed to get. And I only remember seeing this particular movie one time, but this scene is very memorable, even though it's just like a few seconds that you see it. But yeah, it's a great idea. It's a great way to make a green pop for ECCC, because they do make a lot of green themed pops, but without it seeming forced, you know. Just a very, very good idea and very well executed. And also at Barnes & Noble, I got this Grishnack, I think you say it. But yeah, he's one of the orcs, which I like having to kind of mix it up with the heroes. And he's super detailed. I like the shading. I wanted to pick another one up of these for a friend, but these were available on the website, you know, pretty much for a couple of days. I'm not even sure if they're still available. I haven't checked, but if you wanted this one, it should have been easy to get. But yeah, I really like the shading there on the face and the eyes and the way they sculpted the mouth. Looks really, really good. So then after that, I headed to the mall. And they had actually just opened up a box lunch there like a month before, which is nice. So now I can go hunt for box lunch exclusives. And man, was there a long line for Arya Stark. But they had plenty of her. I was actually joking with the guy behind me that I was going to get up to the front of the line and go, wow, I can buy 30 of them. I'll take them all, and say it really loud, but I chickened out, right? Plus, I guess there was nobody filming, so, you know. You just have to believe me. But yeah, I chickened out. I wanted to say it because you could tell everybody was getting a little antsy, wondering if you were able to get one, because you could hear people in the back of the line going, just buy one, because people were buying like a few, you know. But yeah, happy to get Arya Stark. She's a big, big improvement over the original. The original is pretty awful. She's not pictured here. It's a new wave, but I really like this one. I like how she's got her hand behind her back. Just looks badass. And I left GameStop for last because where I go to work, there's not a lot of pop collectors, but there's a couple of GameStops. And they almost always have the con exclusives available. And I was able to pick up 2 Thors. One for me and one for Franklyn FM McInnis. I'm sure you guys know him. He has the best Funko news on YouTube. If you're subscribed to me, I'm pretty sure you're already subscribed to him. If you're not, I'll put a link to his channel below. So go check him out for the best Funko news, and of course other Funko videos that are usually pretty informative and entertaining. So go check them out. But yeah, I really like this Thor, classic Thor. It's about time they made him. And yeah, he came out really, really good. I really like how dynamic his hair and his cape look. His helmet looks awesome. Yeah, really like this Thor. And yeah, I got him an extra one because Franklyn, being the MVP that he is, was able to get me Buzz Off from Masters of the Universe. I don't have an FYE nearby, and I wasn't able to hunt for him the night before. So I would have had to go on eBay, but Franklyn was able to get me one. And I'm very happy because this one looks cool. It looks like the paint on the eyes are metallic. I really like the colors. It's very weird, which I like. So I was also able to get Buzz Off.
Could get them away from Skeletor, we can teach them to give and cooperate instead.
So all in all, I ended up getting 8 items, 2 of which are 3-packs. So for a con that I didn't think I have too much interest in this time, I did end up getting quite a few things. But they're all pretty great. I don't think I bought anything this time just on pure impulse. or because I didn't really want it. I really, really like all of them. And without having seen them in person, of course my favorite is Steve Zissou. I really like Buzz Off. Arya's great, Thor's great. But yeah, Steve is my favorite, probably followed by this classic Thor. Alright guys, let me know in the comments below how your ECCC Hunt Day went. Were you able to get everything you wanted? Did you have any trouble with the websites? Were the hordes of Dragon Ball Z fans unkempt and unwashed in your area as well? Or is that just the Bay Area? Or anything else you'd like to say? Thanks for watching and take it easy.